Well, it was a long week, and we're down to 400 views a day. The channel is literally destroyed. I think it's very not a good system that YouTube has, and I can only imagine how much money YouTube loses when they have to take down channels for fact checking. But it's all run with computers, and they have no idea who is being taken down. I'm pretty sure there's no humans in that. It's all artificial intelligence, and that's what the Economic Forum was talking about this week, that they're trying to really crack down on fact checking, on people giving their own opinions online. It's something we've had a hard time, and it's been suppressed. And I think I'll just leave it at that. Give myself a week or two before I start getting into how pissed off I was for having been taken down for absolutely nothing. But that's how it is. I bet you most of you probably didn't even know that I was taken down. But watching the views go down on Social Blade that way, it really surprises me. And I realize I don't really have a very big community. I've been saying this for the past 6 months. We're about 200 here, 300 on both channels. And when I go down, well, it really shows. Because after you all come by here and leave your comments and sorry you were down, Bruce, or whatever, that's it. That's the whole crew, the whole team, and nobody else comes back. People have sent me emails this year. I've been really breaking up relationships with a lot of friends that get mad at me for not receiving emails. I ask people to send me their coordinates when I try to reach them and stuff. And it's like it's a big problem I have of being able to communicate people. But of course, there's more than one person attacking this channel. There are many people. I've hooked up with some very, very bad people. I can't really say I hooked up. I think it's more them that came by the channel. Again, really pissed off that I was taken down. I'm happy to be back. A bit upset that I had last minute seeing that I can stream today without having prepared anything. Don't need to prepare anything. I haven't stopped. I've been on the platforms. A lot of people ask me, Hugh Gordon, hello, everyone. A lot of people ask me, Bruce, open up another platform. Well, I'm going to confirm it now. I have Patreon. Patreon works like a charm. $2 a month to be able to support the channel, and you get full videos. When I go down here, I will be on Patreon. That's the only other area that I'll be. Rumble, I have problems. BitChute, I have problems. Every other platform that I've tried to get on, people have mentioned Brighteon to me, had problems on all those platforms, and they want to have dibs on your monetized video. So if you go on Rumble, they want exclusivity. And so it's very complicated. And I'm always very careful when I try to open a channel or a platform. What I'm showing is truth enough that people shouldn't have any problems being able to find me. And there should be thousands of more people here in the videos. And that goes to show exactly how good the artificial intelligence is. They were talking about it this week. Jones was talking about it this week, Alex, and saying that's what they're doing. They're merging the artificial intelligence fact checking online, because now more than ever, they're trying to hide people from, one, giving their own opinion. And of course, I was taken down because of a Bill Gates video. And in the video, he was talking. That's what he was doing. I'll leave it at that. And he said a lot of revealing things. So I tried to share that on the members. I got 50 views. So 50 members, which I don't know which one of them are. I know one of them, Darla, because she's the always and only one that comes back to the videos. Not for nothing, she's a mod here. I mean, people don't stick around the channel. That's what often happens, is people don't stick around. Some people have a hard time reaching the channel. So I put up a video, and quite simply, it was just Bill talking. And after the video, the next day, it was flagged as medical misinformation. They took the video down. They told me I was not allowed to post for 2 weeks. Any uploads, I had no access to the community for 2 weeks. I wasn't allowed streaming for 2 weeks. So I wrote to them and I told them, I said, me, it's my livelihood. This is my full-time job. And I said, what power does YouTube team have to make me go 1 week without revenue? I was really boiling when I talked to them very politely. Hello, YouTube team. You feel like saying, hey, you morons, because they're all a bunch of shitheads anyways. They don't know what's going on. It's the artificial intelligence and DARPA and everything that formed all these fact-checking things online. Melissa, how's it going? Texas, my Texan friends, thank you very much. What's going on with Texas? Are they getting that bloody border wall up or not? That is so ridiculous. So ridiculous that they have open borders like that. Thousands coming in each day. But again, we're just not allowed talking about these things. Imagine that. Imagine that. You know, when you get frustrated, when you want to go somewhere, you want to go to a water slide, you're young and your mom drives by the park because you were bad with your brother and now we can't go anymore. Just making up stories, but you understand? That's how I felt on YouTube. It's like I felt like I had my mother saying, well, don't talk about that anymore. Don't mention it. You can't talk about it. You know, you're timed out. You're in your room. It sucks. Really, really sucks. And I felt like a child when everything went down and I saw that there was actually nobody here. It's very scary. I have amazing support here. I get up to 2,000 to 3,000 views each stream while I'm streaming. And yet those 2,000 people sort of disappeared. So they talk about Twitter having bots. Yeah, I think that definitely exists. Damn. Hello. I'm back. Karen. Michael Stark in the house. Happy Friday to you too. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Very happy to be back. KM in the house. How's it going? Tegodlu Vatan. Thank you very much for being here. Thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, guys, do let me know that you are new. You know, you won't want to bring attention to yourselves, but we have an amazing community and we want to welcome everyone that comes back here each week. For you new people, this channel is it's exclusively different to many other channels. If you love UFOs, the real thing, real research done with a 14-inch telescope, which is a big enough telescope. It's a scientific telescope, by the way. All these things that I never usually linger on, but that I will linger on a little bit more. If you're here new to the channel, check out the UFO videos and check out why my channel is being hidden because of what I showed on the moon. I have infrared cameras. I film the sky, which, by the way, my friends, I was able to get the moon last night. Very, very late. It was actually this morning. Went out around 1:15. Clouds started forming all around the moon because, of course, that's why we have clouds here on Earth. But that's just Bruce that thinks that. The sun, the moon is what causes clouds. People say, well, science already says that. Fucking genius. You're not teaching anyone to anything to anyone. No, I notice it. You look at the moon and the clouds form around the moon. That humidity is all around the moon. Those of you out last night looking at the moon, you must have seen that it was like beyond humid. Stan's Cave, thanks for being here, you guys. I missed you last Friday, all of you, and I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to be here. And I'm extremely sorry that I wasn't able to warn everyone that I was taken down. I just literally couldn't talk in the community. I edited an older post, and what I got is I told people that I was down for 2 weeks, and what I got is 300 likes. That's what I got. Of course, I got the comments from people saying, too bad, Bruce, I'm sorry, I'm still here. The amazing support, which is always, it always happens. You guys are always there. And I'm not talking about you guys, but I'm talking about the new people that don't reach the channel, which is very odd that new people do not reach the channel. I worked my ass off on a French channel this week and posting on Patreon. So in each video, if you do want to support me on Patreon, I have a link in each video. Spent 6 years shutting up about it, not even ever mentioning it on any stream except for 2 or 3 times. And when I was taken off the internet and I saw that the revenue in only a week went down, it was already not very high, I said, well, maybe it's time for me to mention it a bit more. Once we get more people on the Patreon or on members and stuff, well, at one point, that's where all the action will be on the members and Patreon. And here it will be a channel to show people what I'm getting on the moon, but not exactly like I'm showing on the members. I try to keep everything fair. Members get extra videos. They don't get necessarily stuff that you guys don't see. So you're lucky. Some things, yes, but not very many things. But the ideal is that if you like the channel and you want to support it, you're contributing by giving the channel a view. You're contributing by coming back. What I found on the moon is bad, guys. It has to be shared out to other people, like all these people funding moon projects and secret moon projects, if they knew what was going on. But then again, most of the people funding these projects obviously know what's going on, but there's lots that they're not telling us. Darla's in the house. Thanks, you guys. Darla, thanks for sticking around. And everyone, I'm glad to see you, brother. Sending good vibes. Thanks. I need them. Quenouille, Janine, comment ça va? Janine's frame. Yes, enfin de retour. Oui, je suis de retour. Puis je vous remercie beaucoup pour le grand sport. Puis Quenouille, Janine, merci encore aussi pour te promener entre les deux chaînes. C'est bien apprécié. Greatly appreciated. I had an English live stream last Friday, by the way. Was it Friday or Saturday? But I did it on the French channel. So if you go on the French channel, the last live stream that's there, I'm talking English and French, but nobody came, which is understandable. Holiday times, even though I don't believe that because of holidays, channels should die. I know people on holidays still come to the channel sometimes, but not everybody does. Some people spend time with their families like we all do. And sometimes we take days off of the internet. But I was really worried about seeing everything literally die down. Like even now, I don't know if it's going to be back. Members that are here, thanks again for being a member. And I just got a video up for you all of some rare surface structures beside Bianchini Crater. I'm exposing the whole bloody surface. The surface is filled with structures, and they are covered up by an element that I don't know if it's natural, smaller structures, shrubs, vegetation, or is it snow? But you could clearly see it very well in the last video. So again, thanks all of you stuck around the time I was down, and thanks for coming back. Thank you, Melissa. you guys and gals are fantastic. Trust me, because I wouldn't be here, honestly, if it wasn't for you all. And when it goes down the channel like that, it really is scary. If you go on Social Blade, you'll see the channel died. Channel went from getting 1,000 views a day to 300-400 views a day in 24 hours. It was automatic the minute, and it didn't make any sense because I had just posted 2 videos, the Connection podcast, and which I was very sad to have ended with the podcast, and the spaceship video when I went down was at 3,000 views. What is it at now? 3,300 views. So in 1 week, a spacecraft video showing an actual freaking real spaceship, okay? Real with a telescope and not real like a movie. Because what we see in the movies, we see in the episode The V and all that, you know, we can't see spacecrafts that clearly. And they never mentioned a camouflage on that episode. Pretty sure they'd hide themselves. That's why we see lights and stuff. But for only 300 views to have arrived on my last spacecraft video, talk about insulting. That means now I'm not insulted. I understand that they really are hiding the channel. It was actually a good test for 1 week's time. I don't understand how the revenue got eaten up so much from being down 1 effing week. But and thanks, by the way, YouTube team, for having also blocked the whole traffic coming to my channel. I guess I must really piss you guys off, the YouTube team, or I don't know how it works. Obviously, the algorithm, but I'm boiling about it. I'm back today, and I'm still pissed because it's a week's time that I wasted. A lot of time. There was no sun, no sunspots. I could not see the moon. I was hearing about the raids, the FBI raiding Trump, and all the bullshit that's happening online. I was like, oh boy. I said, watch them reveal the moon while I'm down. I'd be so worried not being able to. I love you more, Darla. Thanks so much. I really do. And I really appreciate you all being here, supporting the channel. For those who don't know it, it is my full-time job. I don't have little jobs here and there. It's the only job I have. I'm happy living with peanuts because I just want to be able to post and work every day, sharing the stuff that I'm finding. There's just too much that I'm finding. Those just arriving, I used to work on a medical bus. I'm a medical bus driver. I worked with low mobility people with very, very big problems, mental problems, etc. Elder, young, really young, 9 or 10 was the youngest. And lost that job because of the government funding stopped for that. Obviously, some people have jobs that they're working on trucks or whatnot because it's government funded. Once that went down, I went to the buses. When I went on the buses, there wasn't very much revenue, and I decided to come here and do this full time because between the buses and here, it wasn't much salary, $200 a week. It was a lot more over there, and I'm not getting that here. But it doesn't matter. I'm happy that you keep coming back, but I do want people to know exactly what my story is, why I'm here. There's a lot of bullshit YouTube channels out on YouTube, and there's a lot of good ones too. But there are a lot of channels that are out there to deceive people, and in every field, right? We're not talking about ufology. There's lots of tricks that people can do to make UFOs or airplanes look like UFOs. I got a lot of people that follow me that have their own UFO channels, and some of them are posting planes, and I just don't. When I see that, I don't go to the video and I don't leave a comment because I respect everyone's opinions. But if I see something that looks like a plane and people are saying it's UFOs, I'm not supporting that channel because I'm really trying to expose what NASA is doing. And I am here to expose the religions. I hope that the religions, associations, and establishments, that it will come out one day that the people, all the credible money that people are giving to these religious associations without getting any truth back in reality. That's the problem. Hey, Bruce, what's happening, brother? Hey, thanks a lot. Radio Doc Dar, welcome to the channel. I'm back up. I was down for a while, but I'm back up. I was really upset having been down because it gave one hell of a hole in the channel. A few channels came here the day I was down. I'm not going to mention their names. And they started advertising their channels on my French channel, on my English channel, saying you want to see UFO videos. And that was really low class, trying to, come to the channel. Bruce is gone. Finally, I'll get, it was sickening. I saw a lot of bad things. I saw that the channel didn't have a lot of views either. And it made me realize many things. So I'll be doing a few changes on the channel. And, like these live streams, I don't ask people to be subscribed to come to the streams. You all know that I have access to making only subscribers allowed to come to the stream. My goal isn't to piss people off. I want to reach more people by allowing the people that are not subbed to come view the channel before subscribing. But sometimes we get trolls, and that's just how it is. But they've been good the past few months, I have to admit. Hello, everyone. Here for just a minute, then I'll be back. Christopher Rollins, thanks for being in the house. Thanks again, Darla. Yeah, it is. It is disgusting that they do that. And of course, I asked them, I told them, I said, my livelihood is the live streams. I said, can you allow me to live stream? I said, this is ridiculous. And I can't even, I wasn't even able to tell you all that I was taken down. It's just, I suddenly disappeared. So I have a private video up waiting for when I go down. I already made the video this morning so that I'll be able to post it and feature it. So if I do go down and I can't come on to make a video, at least I'll have a temporary video there. Bruce Swartz, remember my name if I do go down. I'm a little bit worried about the artificial intelligence and stuff. It could be that they start hiding stuff on the moon. And if they do, remember to look me up on Patreon because that's where I'm going to be. I started a website in the past and I got 0 views. Almost $500 for that bloody website on where the heck was I? I don't even remember. Anyways, commonplace where people make websites, and it was just crap. There was no views. Basically, whether you start a YouTube, look at Jones. He's on free speech. They just went bankrupt now and stuff. They're still there. They're going through hard times. It's not because it says free speech that they're not being blocked by Google. How many times have I gone to Jones' channel and the video doesn't work? It's because they're scrambling them. No matter where you are, you're definitely going to be stopped. We do have a lot of wall, but not in Del Rio, where it is desperately needed. I was hearing it just talking about it the day before yesterday, Del Rio. Yes, exactly. So as they're closing in the wall in Texas, and as they're continue to build it, what's happening is that people are just moving over, going to different towns to go in. And the quicker they're putting up the wall, the faster immigrants are coming in. And again, everyone should be sent back. That's what Trump would do. Send everyone back and allow them back to come in by presenting themselves at the border with papers. I think it's a bit logical. I don't think it has to do with racism, and I think everyone wants to protect their own nation or land, right? It's beautiful having the diversity now with a lot of people coming in from other countries, Chinese people, no matter where they're from, Asian, Muslim. I get it. Sometimes the cultures clash, but I know a lot of people that are inside of Canada, and they're making it work because they're respecting the religions of others. That's the best thing to do. If there wasn't religion, there wouldn't be so much fighting. That's another sad thing, is that religion causes devastating wars across the world. Sri Lanka and everything going on, that's all religious, and not completely entirely religious, but it has a lot to do with it. Hey, thank you so much, Lisa. I love you for it. Thank you very much, Lisa, and thanks for being here. And again, I'm sorry for that gap of 1 week, but good news, Lisa, there won't be a second week. I hope. Be careful if I say something. There shouldn't be a second week where they're going to stop me. And I've posted some revealing videos, but you have to admit, all of you, I've been very careful. I haven't posted any videos where, they should be taking me down. The last one I posted about Gates. Oh, huh, Darla? Surprised they didn't raid me. It was bad. But again, I didn't say a word. I let him talk, the one in charge of it all. But he was flagged for misinformation. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. My mother's probably watching saying, shut your freaking trap. Can't do it. Very hard to shut up, Like, I feel like taking a knee. Something. Karen, yes, Bruce has missed Darla. Thankfully, it's... Thank you very much, Karen. I miss you too. And Karen, incredible support here on the channel. The comments, and the encouraging comments. I can't thank you all enough. Stephen, how's it going, my friend? Conspiracy researcher named Oli. And we got claims Patreon made him delete videos from his own private website to continue using the service. Just a heads up. Yeah, absolutely. They've done it to me too. Honestly, Patreon. And also Stephen on PayPal, man, thanks for the heads up, bro. You're absolutely right about that. I get it. There's nothing safe, but for me so far, I've been there for 6 years, and I've had 3 times I was taken down because somebody flagged me as violent. Once it was sexual, and you have to deal with that, having to come down and go back up. So what happened is I actually had a conversation, Stephen, with people, real people from Patreon on the telephone and in emails. And I started talking to them, and I explained to them that I have a very controversial website and that a lot of people hate me. As much as I have a lot of followers, there's a lot of people that hate me. But I got into a real close relationship with Patreon where they said, we'll be not taking you down in the future because it's been so many times it's been flagged. He goes, we'll just quite simply verify it. And I think the problem was, Stephen, is that they don't have enough people, right? So basically all these artificial programs are taking everything over and they're blocking a lot of people. But of course, you're right about that. But so far on Patreon, 6 years, my 7th year of research, by the way, the day I was taken down, my friends, well, it was the anniversary of the Bruce Sees All channel. 6 years of research completed. I'm celebrating this with you all, and I'll do that with a beautiful full moon video. I got the full moon last night. We're going to look at all the colors on the moon. Mare Crisium, where, hey guys, on the moon, thanks again, Lisa, on the moon where they have that round base, and there's what they're saying is a nuclear plant. It's just like a big shaft that goes up, big whatever. They don't say where it is, and where they say that it is, I mean, everyone in the world believes that object is there, but I went to see on the moon and it's not there. Where they're saying that nuclear thing is, it's not there. It's supposedly in Mare Crisium. This is a big heads up, that nuclear plant in Mare Crisium. I hope you're listening, NASA. There is something inside of Mare Crisium. And that's also the area where they said that tank-like object with that big thing up in the air sideways. Have you all ever heard of railguns? Have you ever heard of railguns? I believe that maybe even possibly the craters that were formed on the moon were done by railguns. So we're talking about a railgun. So it's literally, back in the days, was this massive train like object that was sitting on tracks. It had a shaft the size of like a highway with 12 people driving through. It was very big, and it was bolted down, and they built dirt around it, and that was a rail gun. It was able to hit, I think, 6 miles away with incredible force, making craters up to 15 feet deep, 13 to 15 feet deep, these craters. So when you look at the craters on the moon, they look very much like the craters at the Nevada test site. If you don't know the Nevada test site, that's definitely something you want to research. It's where they test all the atomic bombs, nuclear bombs and stuff over the years. It's even where at one point they did a nuclear test, atomic bomb test over the heads of five, was it 5 Marines or 5 soldiers? Not a lot of people know about that story. And, it's hard to believe, but apparently an atomic bomb exploding in the air over top 20,000 miles up in the air, there's no danger. Apparently, no danger with the fallout. Apparently, the radiation disperses itself when it's exploded up in the atmosphere, which is something very interesting. But they did those tests at the Nevada site. The sad part is apparently many people lost their lives at the Nevada test site, or not necessarily there, so that I don't be fact checked. A lot of American soldiers, you're going to agree with me, have done experimentation like that and lost their lives. They say that more lives were lost doing the test than lives saved after that test. Something very scary to think about. Karen, thank you so much. Some extra help. Thank you very much, Karen. Love you for it. I really appreciate you taking the time to become a member, my friends. Thank you so much. Thousands coming through Maine and Quebec for years. Bruce, what you need is a shortwave or a sideband station. Exactly. I would listen all day, and it may be harder to shut down. And it may, yes, exactly. Stans, Cave, I appreciate that. Some of you have given me some good feedback on the podcasts, and I promise I'm not just going to go blah, 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 blah. I'm not here to show off. I'm actually a bit shy about doing things, worried about what people are going to think. But in reality, I don't care anymore. I give my honest opinions. I have an incredible podcast coming up where I'm going to talk to you. If not, I'll do it here maybe tonight, but it's not everyone that's interested in it. I have some incredible spiritual encounters that I had when I was young, when I was approximately 12 years old. On my birthday, had a friend over, and back in the day, Ouija boards, it was something new that had just come out by Hasbro. It was a game that nobody knew about, and that me and my 12 years of age, Hasbro, I wanted to get that. It was, talking to spirits and, whatnot. But a lot of people say that talking to the spirits it's coincidence. But you know what Bruce does? Bruce likes finding proof of things that are not coincidence. And at 12 years old, I spoke to an entity called Leia, Leia. And that 12-year-old girl that said that she was lost her life, and that she was in a smoky area in a school, that Americans went and bombed them. And I was in grade 6. I had no idea. There was no internet, knew nothing about the word I'm going to mention to you right now. And the word was that the entity wrote on the board, Viet Cong. I went years not searching that up. And then recently, just a couple of years ago, I looked it up and I found out, I mean, I almost fainted. I found out that during the Vietnam War, everything that happened had to do, the Viet Cong, and not going to get into that either, because some very recent document interviews have come out about people and their experience in Vietnam, and it's very different to what the history books are telling us. I think everything that went on and it was put in the history books, not everything's a lie, but I think there's a lot of things that were changed, right? So you can only imagine how they changed the Bible, right? I think pretty much. Don, thanks for being here. Great to see you two guys. Stephen J. Ford, good morning to you, sir. Thanks, man. Melissa, thank you so much. Lazio, thank you very much. Love you guys. Thanks for the awesome support, you guys. His Highness in the house. Great morning last night. Yeah, exactly. I got a great morning last night with getting the moon. I tried to film it as clear as I could. The moon was excessively bright yesterday, more than normal. And for some reason, I love the way they said it. They go, the moon is very close this month. It's a super moon. Oh, there's another super moon when they said not supposed to be super moons. Why is it in the south? I think the moon, without anybody saying I'm nuts, in theory, could the moon, how can I put it at a minimum, a basic? Could the moon have changed its regular trajectory in its orbit around Earth? Is it because of the sun that we're seeing a change or a shift? The Pacific, North Pacific is heating up. Have you heard that in the news? They're talking about hot weather in the North Pacific Ocean. Well, just in the South Pacific is where everything, Tonga, the earthquakes on the outskirts, on the land in Japan, everything's there. And La Palma, it's all in the Pacific in the south, all along the equator is where we're seeing a lot of activity. In Iceland, there's always been geysers and sometimes radiation and smoke, gases, chemicals coming up off of the island of Iceland. Iceland in general, the whole island is a volcano. And it was formed by a volcano. Well, now the activity is ramping itself up. And these are areas where we don't want the activity to ramp itself up. Took me a year to be able to talk like freely about this now. Took me a whole year of honestly researching, and it never ends. Ellen, hello. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Love you for it. I'm always getting late in the feed, as always. Moon was great last few nights in Hamilton. Think about you filming. It was horrible here. I couldn't see anything. We got rain. I mean, right now it is freezing. It is 70, 71 in the house. Last stream, it was 91 in the house. Major difference. Now it just like everything froze down. Woke up in the middle of the night last night, closed all the bloody windows because I was like freaking freezing. I'm telling you guys, there's something on the moon. Watch Woman of the Dragon in the house. Thank you so much for coming back, my friends. Lorene, how's it going? Lorene Jen in the house. Hi, Bruce. Thanks for letting me know that you're new. Jean-Claude from Beyond Mystic mentioned you. So here I am, very interested in the mood. Thank you very much to Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic's YouTube channel. A lot of people here also go and check out his channel. He's doing good. He's going to town. He's about to beat me. I think his subscribers have ramped up a lot. Good for him. Good for him. Absolutely more than honored of having the very few channels talking about my research and for people to come here. And it's the same here. I always tell people to go and check out his channel. He's a good guy. Thank you very much, Lorene, for listening in. And I really appreciate that. And of course, Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic, thanks a lot, bro, for the heads up and the shout outs. Burn. See, I have a thick pick. I'm going to jump into the conversation about the comments. And man, you know what I need? I need to get thinner picks. I have those big, hard ass picks that don't bend. And what I used to do back in the days is I used to play with the thinner pick. Because often when you're listening to me play guitar, you hear that waka, 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 waka sound as I'm scratching. Been thinking of a lot of people the time I was off. That's what I've been doing. Thinking of Julian Floyd, thinking of when Lorene Jen's going to stop by. I'm thinking of Stephen J. Ford, Darla, Julie, Floyd, everyone that was, coming to the streams and stuff. I'm like, damn, this really sucks. 1 week, I was able to manage it without like flipping out, didn't even lose weight. I could have lost weight. They say stress makes people lose weight. I think it also makes them gain. Or maybe it's the opposite. It makes them gain and not lose weight. Either way. Madame Paulette, comment ça va? Merci d'être ici. Thanks a lot, you guys. Yeah, Radio, Doctor, they took me down without taking me down. In other words, they stopped me from being able to do anything on YouTube except answer comments. A good thing. They allowed me to answer comments from people, and I just didn't get comments. Go look on the last video, Spacecraft, and look at the last 4 or 5 days that I was gone, and there's not even 50 comments that arrived on the last video. I was dreadfully worried, saying, okay, you can block me, but why the hell are they not letting other people come into the channel? Because it's not just YouTube in that. There's also the hackers. A lot of people are trying to continually get my connection down. I have to continually re-enter my password because people are trying to find my password out. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. You're not as crazy as me. You'll never find out my password. My password's just 1. It was easy. So I'll just put 1. Next password, I'll put 3. You know? Yes, Leia. Thank you very much. Geez, I've been gone away so long that you've all even changed your icons of your channels. Leia, thank you very much. I was talking about Leia. The day actually Leia showed up was the evening. Leia, you must remember that I was talking about that entity, which I just had forgotten the conversation that I was talking about a second ago. She taught me about Viet Cong. So there was a connection made from a board, a cardboard board, which is a game, which a lot of people don't believe in. I do, but a lot of don't. A Ouija board would be able to tell me something from the past. So are we talking like a time traveling machine? Because I don't care what anybody says. I talked to somebody in the past that's dead. That's crazy shit. I mean, how can that be? How can that be? That she taught me about Viet Cong, that she told me that they invaded the schools and all her little town. They pillaged and burnt the town down. So when I did the research very recently, that's exactly what happened. We're seeing the word Viet Cong also come out in the protests, Black Lives Matter and stuff. These groups, that name Viet Cong is a name that comes out, it reoccurs a lot. And when you look it up in the past as to what that group is, it scared me. It scared me that I had the chance to sit down and get information from a Ouija board with a friend that him, by the way, did not believe in the board at all. You know, he had his eyes closed, and I was looking at what was being written to be sure it wasn't him because I didn't trust him. You know how it is. You play a Ouija. Okay, is the other person faking? You know, okay, is the other person faking? It's very hard. So play alone. When you play alone, like I had done back in the day, it worked by myself. I bought one recently. I tried it again, and there was no movement. Not going to hide it. I'm not going to be a liar and said, "Oh yeah, I talked to spirits and the board moves just by me putting my finger up." But in the day, that's how it was. There was an incredible connection in that Leia, the person Leia or Laya, whatever. Like maybe she was a liar. She was just lying. But anyways, Leia, that girl was able to tell me that she was bombed in a school and that they pillaged her town and that it was Americans that did it. It's funny, eh? It's like a spirit stuck in the other world trying to, like, what does that spirit see in the other side? A panel with a board? I know it doesn't make sense, right? Like, I'm not hiding it. Like, Bruce, people can't talk through boards. I get it because it's not like the ghost gets there and says, "Oh, cool, Ouija, gonna move it to the 1, move it to the A." But there's something that happens. There's something that happens that words and sentences are able to form. I formed sentences of 13 words. Okay. And in the 13 word sentences, you have some mistakes, like learn, L-E-R-N instead of L-E-A-R-N. And you wonder, well, how come there's mistakes? Well, obviously, when talking to someone Asian, she wouldn't understand English. Anyways, all those things are going through my head. But I had some incredible spiritual encounters. And some say that people that are close to death have these encounters and the doorway stays open. Me, in my case, it wasn't that I was close to death. I hope it's that I lost my father. I lost my grandfather in a very tragic accidents. And that's, it was a tragedy for me at the age I was 6.5. And maybe when that happens, guardian angels maybe exists, and that the person, whoever it was, whatever it was, told me I was going to be okay. And I thought it was cool. And I laughed because that's the only thing a spirit would be able to tell a child, that he's going to be okay. It's not going to say, "Hi, I'm from Sirius. I'm Retibula. I'm from the star of," young kids not going to understand that. It's not for nothing they say that some young people have spiritual encounters. When I was young, I had a lot. My mom told me I was the weirdest kid. Said things that brought chills to her sometimes. It was just odd that I used to travel, go down to visit and travel to my grandmother. And I told her I used to go downstairs on my back and I used to travel around to see her. My mother, 4.5 years old, 5 years old there. So there was something already attached to me for some reason. And, that's how it is. Some people are very spiritual and some people have a lot of luck by seeing UFOs in their lives. And I got not a lot, but I do have some people that come here that have never seen UFOs, but they believe in the research. They just want to see one UFO. It's weird, eh? I can see them all day and all night, literally during the day. And Olga, thank you for being here. Nice to be here. Lindsay Shaw, afternoon to you. Yeah, things are going better. Connecticut in the house. Thank you very much. Watch Women, thank you. Bruce, the Moon City structures, jellyfish UFOs, spraying cloud cover. I love hearing that. It's like when somebody comes to my channel and they know what my research is about, I get a little tingle because honestly, not a lot of people. One last week said, Bruce, holy crap. I didn't know that you had these videos on the moon. How come, other channels aren't talking about it? I don't know. They are, but they're talking against it. Moon City structures, UFOs, spraying cloud cover, pipes and connections. Yes, everywhere. Platforms with some reflectivity. Awesome research, brother. Thanks a lot, Michael Stark. I appreciate it, man. I love you guys. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you all. Hey, Bad News Bear 85 in the house. Did anyone see? No, I did not. Hello from Mexican. From Mexican. Jesus Christ. Joe Mack. Hello from Michigan and not from Mexican. Live mistakes. Lisa B is in the house. Thank you, Lisa, for being here. I appreciate the amazing support you all give the channel. Yes, I am back finally. Members feature is probably the only thing keeping the channel from being banned. Stephen Rawls, you said a mouthful there, brother. Sorry for being so late and responding back. You're absolutely right. And somewhere along the line, YouTube does like revenue, right? And if I don't get revenue, YouTube doesn't get revenue. And with live streams, maybe YouTube, look at it the way you want. You're probably right about that. William, thanks a lot, man. Diane Moore is in the house. Hello, all. It's been a long time since I've been here. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing very well. Thanks for stopping by, Diane. And thanks for having taken the time to become a member. I appreciate that. We saw a UFO in Germany in the year 1980, in the 80s, sorry. I told it to the cops. They told us to keep it for ourselves and never talk about the UFO. Imagine a cop saying that, though, eh? There's infiltration in every field. You have police officers that are involved in secrets for sure. We have, RCMP, no matter what the level or field of the police agency, there's so much corruption around the world. They told us to keep it for ourselves, he said. So imagine that and never talk about the UFO. Me and my family saw it and never told it farther to anyone. Imagine that. And they must have known something was up around in the area. So I believe these are crafts that continually come back to Earth, right? They continually come back to Earth. And when we say come back to Earth, they're maybe not leaving Earth. They're maybe right here in the center of Earth or inside of Earth or in just quite simply in Antarctica. Hey, JR Arizona Patriot, thanks so much. Hey, Michael, I don't know. We're all chosen for something, man. That's why I believe, we're all chosen for something. Thank you so much. Michael, love you, man. Elias Barnes in the house. Anthony, what's up, bro? Miss you. Yeah, listen. Thanks a lot, Anthony Gomez. Appreciate that, my brother. Love you, man. Yeah, I was really upset to be taken off YouTube. Really upset. Anthony, Anthony Coates, thank you very much. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for listening in, you guys. Carol West, California. Carol and G stopping by. California, Carol and G, thank you very much, you guys. Love you guys. Extreme appreciation and gratitude for everyone coming by the channel. And that's the only thing I'll ever continually repeat to you all is thank you, thank you, thank you. Members video up, Diane. You can check it out. Got some revealing surface structures by the thousands. It's all going to come out, guys. I believe it's all going to come out. I'm excited about what's going on in the news. The fact that they're not talking about anything, I think it's just becoming exciting. Thank you so much, Penguin. I appreciate that. Penguin. JR Arizona, Patriot, ScrewTube. You said it, man. That's exactly it. Piss me off, but that's how it is. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Thanks again, darling, all the mods. I hear ya. Watch Women of the Dragon. It sucks, eh? That's how it is. Right on, Carol. No problem. Thanks again for being here. Steven says that's there's been a lot of missing video data from the sun observing satellites for the past several months suspiciously. That's very true, Stephen. You're right into the good stuff, man. Right into the news. That's what I've been hearing also. And we've seen the Schumann, everything's, the escalation of the electricity, the magnetism in the solar system. And now what I'm surprised about, coincidence or not, CERN started up. And the day CERN started up, that was it for the sun. I have not seen any coronal mass ejections, even though somebody said there was one. That would have been on the other side. The ones I'm talking about here, well, I usually mention it when it's on the other side too. I absolutely always do. But facing Earth, there's been a lot of activity these past few months. I've been filming. Actually, it ended in May or April or May. Things started really ramping down on the sun, and now we're seeing all the war and everything going on here. Just crazy. China, Taiwan too. I don't get into that because I would be taken down for sure. I have lots to say about that. Thanks, Darla. Daniel, thank you very much. From Germany, thanks for being here, you guys. And of course, I'm sorry for not getting down enough. Eddie, Brian, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. Thanks a lot, Eddie. Brian, and thanks for the generous contribution, my friends. Love you guys. I'm sorry to have missed that, so I am going to scroll down to catch up with everyone. People's heads are going to explode when it comes to religion. You said a mouthful there, Stephen. It is. It's going to screw everyone up. Eddie, Brian, thanks again, man. Hello, everyone. Eddie here from Dublin, Ireland, checking in. Love you guys down in Ireland. Thank you so much, my Irish friends. Thanks, Bern. Yeah, more people should check out Darla. She's always sharing all of your channels, even though she doesn't like the attention, I'm sure. Gaia Cavellas, thank you very much for being here. Oh, I don't feed them. I starve them, Lisa. I'm telling you, it was beyond that. When they get into your house, your home, and they start targeting your children, it's time to stand up to the trolls. So when I see a troll, I spit in his face and I laugh at him. And I can laugh a freaking long time. I will make a song about you, which you can check out my music channel. I also have songs that I've made about troll channels. Mix Mayhem in the house. Wow, what a great surprise. Yes. Welcome back, Brother Bruce. Thanks a lot, man. You've been sorely missed. I love you guys. Bruce was in Bruce Nation withdrawal. Yes. And greetings to all Bruce Nation friends, mods, etc. Thank you so much, Mix Mayhem, for being here, you guys. I appreciate it. Yes, big secrets coming out. John Black in the house. Thanks a lot, man. For those that didn't know, hey, Kasara, salut. I'm back, you guys. I'm so sorry. David White, man, thanks for everything, David, for being here, for being on Patreon also, man. And some of you, I noticed that, it took me a while to notice, but you're some of you are giving more than the $2 or $3 that I was simply asking on Patreon. David freaking helps, man, an incredibly lot. Can you say that? Can we say that? Just want to say thanks. I am back. Finally. Thanks again, Lisa Eckerly. You guys are awesome. Bruce, one question. There's many people, they saw a UFO in Rio, like we saw 2 times. Yes. Here, the question, where do the government hide the truth about UFOs? Where's for the government? Where for they don't want us to know? There's many people saw UFO in real time. Here, the question, why does the government hide the truth about UFOs? Probably what you meant. Well, I'll tell you what. Why did they hide it? It's and thanks again. Hey, Turco Luvaden. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Thanks for being here. I think they're hiding it because of religion. I think maybe because of the church, because of what's written in the Bible. If what's on the moon has to do with religion, I mean, like Stephen says, it's going to change everything. It's going to change the whole system for sure. Annie Gaddis in the house. Thanks a lot, you guys. You see, those for me, it's so controversial, but I like awake people. I like people that are awake, and I like people that think outside of the box. And for me, that's something that I agree with as a possibility, right? But you know what the problem is that the understanding of people that are believe Jesus Christ, you're not going against Jesus Christ by saying that. Is that you're actually saying, I'm going to put words in your mouth and you let me know if I'm right. It's that we were taught a lie, and the people are worshiping certain people and heard a certain story about these people, and maybe some of the parts of the Bible were omitted, but I leave it at that, because in reality, everyone that believes in Jesus Christ right now is going to go to heaven. And that's what I want to let you all know, because you're good people. If you're doing good in life, you're going to have good outcome. If you're not doing good, it's not going to be a good outcome. Try to encourage some people, because I'm open-minded enough to understand that when you say that, it's very spicy and controversial, but it's things that I like analyzing and studying. And would I come out that quickly and say that? Probably would. I have in the past mentioned things like that, and it's very touchy. Like I said, there's a lot of religious people that are here that don't necessarily, we're all on different levels, right? We're all on different levels, and I understand that. But when somebody comes here and tells me something that I don't think that's right, Bruce, in reality, God does this, or somebody told me the other day, and I respect that. Somebody the other day said, Bruce, it's bad people on the moon. I don't feel that. But who am I to judge? So again, I respect and appreciate all the opinions that are here. Everything that I base my own opinions on are based on in reflection as to what a lot of you have said anyways. Embry, number one weapon on us is division. You're absolutely right about that, Stephen. It's division. And their goal is to separate us from being together as friends. They want people to disagree. Look what happened when they started with Trump and Biden. I'm not going to linger on it, but people were coming to my channel many months ago and saying, do you support Trump or do you support Biden? It's like, there's ways to get into that without me being here as a channel supporting it. I support truth, and I support America being free. So I'm sure, the liberals are going to town. The leftists are doing bad shit. But obviously, on the right, we've seen in the past conservatives do some stupid shit too. But right now, it's a war between, literally the FBI, the CIA, and they're all being bought and being controlled and have political views now, which is something that should not be. The FBI should be neutral on both the conservative side and the left side and the liberal side, right? The left side. And they should not have an opinion on politics to be able to do their job. That's like a teacher. Teacher goes to teach kids, but he's discriminatory against a certain race. He's not going to be able to teach. You have to be neutral when you're doing things like that. neutral with color, neutral with religion. When you're in any given field, you should just concentrate on judge the person for who he or she stands for. Don't judge the person by what you think he or she stands for. And disagreeing with someone's opinion doesn't mean that person's a bad person. We wake up, right? We hear some things sometimes. Somebody comes by my channel, says something like, that's not true. But it's not that it's not true. It's just, I don't believe it. It's easier saying that, I don't believe it, I disagree, instead of saying, you're nuts, you're wrong, no way I can prove it. Just, I disagree. I laugh and I disagree. Because even some people here supporting the channel disagree with me. And I love you guys and gals even more. The ones that come here that don't agree with everything I say, but they love the channel because they look at the videos. They're able to look at my videos without, the bugger said it's an alien city. I hate it when he says that. You're able to look through it and just say, well, Bruce believes that, and I believe that, but I can still appreciate the videos. Anyways, it's what I want people to be doing, eh? Julie, thank you so much. Can't thank you all enough, you guys. Glad to see you back. I love you, Julie and Floyd. I'm happy to be back 100%. Please hit the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, binge watch our videos. Thank you so much, Julie. Comment and enjoy your visit. More to come. Can't thank you guys enough. Cannot thank you guys enough. I have a lot of you guys trying to email me. I wasn't able to get responses back. If ever, Julie, Floyd, any of you have asked me something and I've not responded, I assure you I'm not holding back from responding. Somebody asks me something I don't agree with, I'll answer back. But unfortunately, sometimes there's a connection that's not being done. Julie, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you for it. Sandy Mingo, that's so generous. Thank you very much, Sandy. And thanks everyone for appreciating the channel. Like I said, I got the full moon video coming up. Lisa, I do have a Rumble. Thanks again for the generous contributions, everyone. I do have a Rumble. I put up a video or two and I was having problems there. But if I go down for good, and even on Patreon, yes, there's a Rumble. And people can connect there for sure. I didn't do anything on it yet, but it is there. You can go subscribe to the Bruce Sees All Rumble channel. On Rumble, it's capital A, right? So Bruce Sees All. Here I left the little A for all because I don't see all, but I see all, no capital A. If I saw more, it'd be a capital A. Thanks, you guys. Don, it's pathetic how people had the nerve to advertise the channel while yours was down a bit. Yeah. SMH, great to hear from you again. Thanks a lot. Yeah, and it wasn't just in a little way. They went on the English and French channel to say, hey, I got this, UFOs, hey, check it out. I mean, and it has nothing to do with jealousy. It's respect. And that person didn't even say, hey, Bruce, how come you're down? They just came by and say, well, I'm here to maintain the UFO video so you can come to my channel. The guy said, anyways, pissed me off. I was upset about that, but I didn't say anything. See the new guidelines for C19 from the CDC. Absolutely. I did see the new guidelines, Kassar, and I was very happy for it. It's over. It is over. They're not going to test people coming in, people that are random people. They can't test them. They announced that the CDC themselves, there'll be no more. The kids, you're sick. I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to be very careful talking about what the CDC said. These buggers on YouTube are putting me down there for misinformation. But in reality, it looks like kids will be able to go to school without having to quarantine. There's lots of information. Do check it up on the CDC, guys. Excuse me. What they just mentioned recently about the new changes and guidelines, it's looking good for us. So that's positive on us. I think the C19 is Aliaos, man. Thank you so much, man. Lost a week of revenue. Thanks, bro. I love you for it. I appreciate it so much. Give him a little push back with a little contribution. If you're here, you guys, it's an incredible contribution. You deserve it, bro. Show your love. Thank you so much, Aliaos. I love you for it, man. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, I've been a few changes this week. I didn't even leave the house. I was really upset for being down, and I was really upset for the reason they put me down when I didn't even say anything. I just posted what fuckface Bill was saying, but that's how it is. Merci. Allez, thanks you guys. Nick in the house. Yes, Annie, 6 years. 6 years of research completed, and I just started my 7th year in August. The French channel anniversary also this week, and it's my 2nd year of research completed on the French channel. I'm starting the 3rd year, starting my 7th year here, and my 4th year full time, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember anymore. 20, 21, 22. I think since 2018. Yeah, full time. So I was really happy for that. Sandy Mingo, everyone, thank you very much for the generous contributions. Nick, how's it going, man? Yeah, I'm sorry. It's my fault, and I wasn't able to get to you all to let you know that I was down. It really pissed me off. I was in a hospital hooked to a drip. Oh crap, man! Seriously, have pneumonia. I had no idea how I got it. Well, good news. You know that the pneumonias now, in theory, I just think they're going to be a little bit stronger with the shit that they manipulated the DNA and all the bio and crap and stuff. Some of our colds are going to be a bit worse. Maybe it's C19 that you got, and it's just you're getting through it, right? There's lots of mystery around that. I don't know. I saw some people around here get sick. Very scary. Anyways, black stuff coming up. Anyways, it was very, very odd how there's some new symptoms of some people. They say one thing, Nick, the sun is supposed to ramp up allergies, and people that have breathing problems, it's supposed to be a lot worse. So without necessarily having asthma, maybe that's what it was. That because of the sun now, people are getting maybe a little bit sicker without getting people freaking out there. Thanks for sharing that, man. On a drip, bro. That's horrible. So that was pretty bad then. Probably lost a few pounds not eating and stuff. Nick, thanks a lot for being here, man. You didn't miss anything because I was taken down for a bloody week, which really pissed me off. Eddie, thanks again, you guys. Karen, new member, thank you very much. Debbie Wilson, nice to see you again, too. Thanks a lot. James is in the house. Yes, I'm back. Dill the dog, thanks for coming back, you guys. Excuse my hyper voice today. I'm very happy to be back. Yes, Radio, the howitzer, the German, the Nazis, and everything that they had. They had equipment, boy. They had stuff that they were, some stuff that they didn't even use. James, thanks again, Mark Bauer in the house. Good morning to you, Mark. Thanks a lot for being here, man. I'm trying to catch up with the time, which I never can. Little Minx in the house. Thanks for the generous contributions, Little Minx, and for being here. Thanks to the house. You guys rock. Little Minx, thanks again. You said it, James. American guinea pigs, literally. That's what happened. Those 5 soldiers that were tested, the worst of it is they lived a long time. And one of those last 5 people, Americans that were tested, lasted well into his 90s and just passed away in 2014. Well, we're getting up there now in the years, but 2014 was still around. Died in his 90s. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. People that were not compensated. A lot of people were not compensated. I heard a lot of stories, heard more of the stories in the States. And if I'm not mistaken, without exaggerating, probably thousands of soldiers lost their lives. And at the same time, were not compensated. Those that lived, not too good when you look at it that way. Thank you so much in front of you. Thanks for being here. Lisa, thanks for that feedback. I'm happy that you guys like the podcast, some of you. And I'm like most of you. Thanks, Darla. I'm like most of you. I like the visuals with a video. I rarely listen to podcasts. And when somebody has a video that talks for 30 minutes or 2 hours, like Bruce, unless it's interesting, I probably won't listen. I understand that. But for some of you that are driving around, maybe you can listen to the live stream while you're driving around. It's interesting. And at the same time, if you're on your way to work, the podcasts are about 20 minutes. You can listen to the podcast in the morning. I promise you, if you like radio talk shows, then I'm going to keep it interesting. And it's all along the lines of subjects that we are passionate about here. MK Ultra, mind controlling, experimentation on human beings throughout the years, the artificial intelligence, DARPA, fact checking, everything that's coming to reality. It's all computers and artificial programs that are fact checking. It's far from perfect, and it's going to be, sadly, probably taking a lot of people offline for nothing. Thanks again in front of you. Jerry is here in the house. Yeah, many entities playing 100%. Jerry says, hi, question. People are saying the position of the moon is changing. What have you observed? Jerry, thanks, and I hope you're still around. Thanks for taking the time to wait for the answer. I'm sorry for answering so late. I try to get back to everyone. Jerry, you're absolutely right that I believe 100,000% that the moon is changing place and shifting in its orbit. I'm basing my information on what I filmed for the past 6 years. In 6 years' time, the moon is 99% reacting the same way, meaning it goes up in the same area. Basically, it'll shift sometimes. They say the equinox during the year, it will change, and the moon will be literally changed, but that's because of the sun, because of the equinox and whatnot. But in general, I think it's out of its bed or out of its orbit, like a river goes out of its bed. Well, it's out of its trajectory or orbit. There's also, Jerry, listen, the information just came out. The speed that Earth is rotating has changed. It's gotten a little bit faster, which I would have thought it would have gotten a little bit slower. But action, reaction, right? In physics, anytime there's a reaction, there will be a reaction. And anything that happens, I believe that there is a domino effect where most of the solar system is going to react and change. So how did it all start? It could be many things. It could be neutron stars, which are the most densest celestial objects in the entire universe, they say, along with the black holes, also very dense, even though it's nothing. It's funny how they say a black hole is dark matter, which is nothing, very heavy and dense. It's not that it's nothing, it's that we can't see it. So if neutron stars are going into black holes, are we going to get gravity waves? Are we going to get those massive waves or the lunar waves that I filmed on the moon? That, I don't know. They're talking about it. Michio Kaku, one guy, a researcher, scientist that never talks about UFOs being real in general, is now talking about the hiccups, is now talking about the possibility that there's something out there along the Kuiper Belt that was found. I don't know if you guys found it. They call it like the goddess of death or something like that. Massive object that is spiraling around, getting brighter, getting dim at the same time. It's sending out a pulse like a heartbeat. And Michio Kaku says it's definitely something that is not normal or natural, or something that they've heard in the past that came from meteors or asteroids. So yeah, Jerry, I believe the moon is definitely changing its orbit. Is it something that happens every 1,000 years, 300 years, 10,000 years that it's normal? Where was the moon placed in the past? Was the moon much further or much closer? They say it's getting further away a little bit each year. It's very odd. A couple of years back, 2017, 2018, I had the chance, Jerry, to film the moon that was closest to Earth that it had been since the beginning of the 1900s in 1920. Why? Why does it do that sometimes, right? They don't necessarily tell you. Like maybe in the coming future, in a couple of weeks, the moon's going to be so bloody close to Earth, it's going to be like maybe, I don't know, I'm going to exaggerate, 100,000 kilometers away. And we'd see it really close. If that's something that's going to happen in science throughout the timeline of life here on Earth, they're probably not going to necessarily mention it. I believe that, Radio. The history has definitely been changed, completely been changed. Debbie, hi, Debbie Wilson. My boyfriend was special forces in Vietnam. He tells me a lot of stuff, and you must have incredible stories. Yeah, it's not what everyone was told, that's for sure. Exactly, Debbie. And I heard some incredible stories from some of the people that were there. I heard stories from the most highly dressed Vietnam soldier veteran coming back from Vietnam, and the stories vary. We have one person that I talked to, literally talked to, and that said that in Vietnam, when he arrived there were people up on a wagon, hands were bound, feet were bound, you know, blindfolds and whatnot, and that they were throwing them in holes and stuff like that. So, you know, the person that went to Vietnam also said that he was there for the longest time, almost a year, didn't see any soldiers. The enemy during Vietnam was the people. Those towns of people that had little huts and animals in their yards was the enemy, was the American enemy. And those stories are coming out more and more. And when you hear about that, well, you see that we are guinea pigs. And I have a lot of respect for every soldier and veteran that has gone to war, because in reality, you all got screwed, because used as guinea pigs for, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. You have directives, orders, and they are to be followed. If you start talking amongst the troops saying what the hell's going on, you'll very quickly have someone come up to you and tell you to shut your mouth. It's like we're always in jail. It's always been. But the story is about Vietnam, boy. Wow. Very, very bad. Hey, Mono Gris, muchas gracias. Hola, Bruce. Un gusto saludarte. Linda tarde. Good evening, Mono Gris. Muchas gracias. Thanks so much for coming to the channel. I love you guys so much. Moon was very bright last night. Yes, Debbie. It was brighter than normal, and you'll see in the next video. I can't wait to look at the colors. I was able to film it June, July. Was it August? Yeah, well, duh. I just filmed it in August. I also was able to film it in June and maybe even in July, because I want to do a comparison of the colors. A lot of different colors, which is gracias, Mono Gris. Again, thank you. Vietnam was a joke. My dad was there, and he said they were K people for no reason. You just confirmed it. Yeah, that's exactly what I heard. Also, when the U.S. sprayed the air with horrible Agent Orange, even on the soldiers. Yep, my dad had sores so bad. I saw some parts of that, and yeah, the Agent Orange. Well said. Incredible, eh? Guinea pigs. That's exactly how people are. It's literally, acting like guinea pigs. Dazzy Bling, thank you so much for being here. Hey, I'm so sorry that I was gone a week. I really apologize. You took the time to become a member, to see more videos in here. You passed the whole week. I didn't post any bloody videos. I posted one this morning. I promised to make up for it. Thank you, Darla. I'll be right back, guys. Just get a little bit of coffee. Anyone like any? Happy to be back. Well, I'm telling you, it was horrible not being here for a week. I was like almost hyperventilating. That's how bad it was. Bruce, the footage you captured of the flame smoke pipe next to Plato crater should be the smoking gun that exposes the moon civilization. Michael Stark, you're one of the only ones that mentioned that, out of 2 or 3 people, I think, and you had brought it up. I'd even made a video at one point because you had mentioned it. And it's not that old, the footage. 219, like Michael Stark is saying, I got evidence of a long line that looks like a pipe, smoke coming out of the bottom at the end of the pipe, and at the same time we see a UFO going into the smoke. Pretty revealing, pretty convincing. But again, that's probably why you stuck around, because some people do believe that I got some actual real stuff. So thanks again. Every layer you peel back, you find more and more lies. So true, Stephen. 100% true. Hey, muchas gracias. Appreciate that. If you came and checked my channels, I have proof that there are more heavily bodies past the sun and the moon out there in space, but proximity to Earth that are affecting the sun and the moon. I would believe that 100%. I've captured one of very few channels. I've never seen any on a channel. I've captured giant objects flying by the sun. The videos are right here on my channel. They're planet-sized objects. I've seen one that was so massive next to the sun. In reality, I understood that it wasn't that it was next to the sun. It was actually crossing over in the air, probably very close to the sun. And I've showed that many a times. This, as a matter of fact, this channel is one of the only channels that I've ever seen large objects beside the sun, except for the ones using NASA footage. But I'm telling you, this is my own footage here. Tommy Langley, thanks for being members, you guys. Really appreciate it. Hello, everybody. Hope all is well. It's hot down in the bayou. It is not here, Tommy. It's pretty cool today. It's like 71 degrees. It is exactly 71 degrees Fahrenheit in the house. And it's been hot for the past 2 weeks. It was like not normal at the beginning of August for it to be that hot. Now it's like everything's adjusting really quickly. Sure, things have to move when we are flying through space at 249,000 kilometers an hour while spinning. That's the thing. Very funny sometimes, so that's when I started looking up information like how fast is Earth going, and you look and they tell you it's only going at about 1,000 kilometers or miles an hour. Okay. And then you look at the moon and why is everything turning? Magnetism? I don't know. We don't have anything magnetism here that lasts like those. There's a word for that. They call them momentum machines. Anyways, I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about. Objects that go and then stop at one point. Maybe the solar system's like that. How come the magnetism's always lasting? You got to wonder how come it's not crashing down. Thank you very much, Susan Ravella. Thanks. Welcome home. Thank you. Relief to hear your voice. It is for me too, Susan. I appreciate it. I never said it was in the Atlantic Ocean. La Palma is not in the Pacific. Oh no. La Palma doesn't have the Pacific Ocean beside it. Oh, interesting. See it on the globe there. Ding, 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 ding. Let's see what water is beside that. It's in the southern hemisphere, that's for sure. Do 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 do. Yeah, pretty sure La Palma's in the Pacific. Panama population, district population. Don't have time to check it here, but definitely have to check that out later. There's a large body. Anyways, I won't waste my time checking that out. Panama Bay, Tonga, and everything is all there. Let me zoom out here much more. Sorry, guys. I'm curious here. Hawaii, North Pacific Ocean. So it's the Pacific north side is what I meant. So not the south, but the north. And the Pacific is where all the activity has occurred. So North Pacific over there, and you go over to Japan, it is the North Pacific Ocean. Thank you very much for letting me know that. And not the South Pacific Ocean. China's in the southern hemisphere. Everything's on the equator. Everything that's hot. So yeah. Thank you. Who was that? It was Rock Doctor. North Pacific. It is North Pacific. I'm talking about where you're looking when you back out the biggest body of water, North Pacific. But no, you're absolutely right about that. Thank you. Lorene, thank you so much. Such great info here. Love your style. Love the show. I can't thank you enough, you guys. Thank you very, very much. And thanks to all newcomers for taking the time to stop by the channel. I can't thank you enough for it. Thanks for appreciating it. For sure, Lisa. The moon is definitely not normal. Annie Gaddis says our military, thanks again, guys, are destroying tunnels going under Iceland. That the deep state is used for trafficking the children. Yes. That's why we're hearing about so many earthquakes. Yes, Annie, in general, some of the earthquakes, very smart what you said. Some of the earthquakes, I heard it through the grapevine that it was some of the enclosures that were underground. Obviously, some bad people that got caught. And instead of it coming out in the news, they're quite simply going to abolish those associations and maybe not talk about it. But I believe, in theory, it could be possible that some of those earthquakes could be the destroying of all those laboratories and whatnot that's underneath. It could be many things. Susan, thanks again for being here. Can't thank you enough. Watch Women of the Dragon for all the support and help and the shares. Ashwin Adams, hello to you. Thanks a lot. Debbie Wilson, thanks again, sister. Appreciate that. Carlos Ramo is here. Carlos and Owen de France from France. Toujours un support de ton travail. Always a great support. Always supporting your work. Merci beaucoup, Carlos Ramo, d'être ici et là aussi en même temps. Thanks for coming to both channels, my friends. I have a French channel. You guys can subscribe to the French channel. I haven't had subscribers since 2020. Okay. And all of a sudden, because I went down, I got 100 subscribers last week. And if you all want to know OVNI Quebec Astronomy by clicking on channels here, you'll be able to check out the French video and subscribe to the French channel in case I go down. And if not, of course, well, you could always find me on Patreon. If I go down permanently, thanks again, Carlos. Merci vraiment beaucoup, mon frère, pour le grand support, de contribution généreux. If I go down on this channel, not everybody has money to pay to go on people's channels because we all need our money, especially now that they're blocking everyone from working. But in general, it's good that you know that if ever you do miss me, 1 month down the road, maybe once a year, you go on Patreon, pay $2-3 or what you want more, not going to force you. And you can watch all the videos. And then at the end of the month, you don't have to pay again. So it costs you $2 or $3 to be able to update all the videos I did. And you just look through that month, all the videos, like 40, 50 videos. And it's a minimum amount of contribution. And it really helps a lot. It really scared me having the channel go down like that because 2 weeks is one hell of a hole in the revenue for sure. But again, I can't thank you all enough for the amazing support that you're doing here. De tout, vraiment un gros merci, Carlo. Thank you, guys. Thinner, softer sound, harder picks. Yeah, exactly. Harder picks, chunky hard. Exactly. And the picks that I have here are very, very thick picks, but I used to have a thinner one. Depends on what you want to do, whether you want to scratch it. Often it's me making it scratchy myself because I'm blocking out with my fingers, blocking out the chords. And the worst of it is that, scratch my back, sorry. So professional. The worst of it is I haven't changed those strings in 2 years, which I usually change them every 3 months. I started liking the grungy sound of it, like being off, but it's starting to lose a little bit of sound. I have some of my professional music players that come here, Burn, that said maybe time to change the notes. No, he actually said that it sounded a bit clearer because I was finger picking instead of picking just with the pick. When you're playing with your fingers, Burn's good at doing that. Burn does that. Is a better finger picker than me. I like singing and doing a whole bunch of stuff and playing piano and different instruments, but he's got the guitar down pat. And of course, it's all in the finger picking. And there's no two ways about it. You have no choice but to practice it. It's not that you got it or not. I think most people don't have it. A guitar is something totally alien if you haven't played that instrument. And once you start playing it, it's hard in the fingers. But then when you get it down pat, it becomes really easy. Going slowly grilled here in the UK, man. It's so hot. A lot of wildfires. That's horrible, Mixed Mayhem. Thanks again for being here, bro. Eh? Some of which caused by arsonists. Sad, sad. See, that's the sad part. The arsonists doing that. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's paid people, paid shills, paid people to do all these attacks on, it's dangerous. The same thing happened in England near Peter Benton's house, just houses burning down. And it had to do with some extremists, some people starting fires. Thanks, Lisa. A lot of problems. Some people had problems contributing. Darla emails me continually with that, saying hard to be able to contribute. I'm trying to contribute. I'm not able to contribute. There's some days that people can, some days people can't. Know that if you are here, there's two things that creators really appreciate. Well, more than two, but I'm going to mention two really important ones. Supporting the creator if and only you appreciate him or her. In my case, him. I'm him, she, by the way. That's my protocol. So him, he. Did I say him, she? No, it's him, he. I'm a guy. But I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. I really don't remember. Honestly, I don't even remember what the hell I'm talking about. I don't remember what I am talking about. Leia goes, I remember. Good, because I don't. Except that was at 1:35. I'm trying to get down there. Jerry, all this, all time is experienced in the now, so it all exists in the now. Well said, Jerry. Jerry, thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it. That's how I see it. Watch Woman of the Dragon. An hour later, I'm so sorry, but it's true. I really do see it that way. It's a portal. It's an opening, and some people can have a contact on the other side. Have you heard of lineal? Is it lineal, or there's something, a theory where some people are in areas, a glitch in the matrix where they wind up in areas where there's endless doors. They call it the lineal matrix. I think it's something very interesting. I'll have to bring that up soon. Not a game. She suffered during Vietnam War. 10-4. No, exactly. It's not a game at all. It's exactly it. And that girl called Leia that said that she was afraid, that it was dark, it was smoky. She said her teacher passed away. She said everyone else passed away. She said she was alone and she was afraid. A lost soul connecting with someone. For me, it meant everything. There's a reason why I saw that when I was young. I had just lost my dad. That helped me. That when I spoke to Leia, I realized that my dad was still out there and that I could speak to him, because I was very, very upset as a 6.5-year-old kid to have lost my dad. I was still able to communicate with him. I had spiritual encounters where he came back. Listen, I compare my life to, what's that movie where the guy says, build it and they will come? The guy builds a baseball field in a cornfield and his dad comes and plays a baseball game with him. That's what happened to me. I want more coffee. So when people say, when people say, Bruce, I lost a loved one, I lost a family member, you know, and I'm really upset because I'll never be able to see them again and stuff like that. Well, I guarantee you one thing, there's something that remains on the other side. I'm not saying they're prevented from passing over and being at peace, their soul, but something keeps them here. And that is a secret. And the secret is there are many parts to you. We know consciousness. We know astral traveling, remote viewing. There's different parts to us to be able to extend out to the other side. And that's done not always like in a movie where you see a portal where somebody walks through. It's that the doorway to what we call the other side is always in the same place. It must obviously be traveling around like the universe and maybe like magnetism, always changing places. It's not something I've ever even heard somebody speak about because my little brain is a bit fucked up and I'm that deep into all of this. It just makes sense. The portals have always been there, whether you want to call it a wormhole or not, always intertwining, turning, stretching, elongating, cramping up, getting wider, getting thinner. Maybe there's a time that if you're astral traveling or if you're traveling through time, if it exists, maybe there's something that can stop us depending on if the moment is just right. Where is science at right now? Well, I'm going to tell you, we're apparently not at the point of time traveling human beings. We're at the point where we can teleport subatomic particles and atoms and protons and whatnot. That can be done. Yes, it can really be done. We had the Philadelphia project, for me, remains something incredibly interesting, where they would have literally teleported. They would have changed not time or era, just change places on the planet where, and there's again speculation that it's controversy, that it's not true. They interviewed the people that were on the ship. The people themselves that were a part of that ship were admitting that nothing happened. But again, the ship was sold. It wound up around the world. And then maybe the projects and the secret projects that were done with the ship were not done with the people that were on the ship. It's a perfect plan. We'll do a secret project, and then we're going to hire full-time people to be on that ship for 5 years. And then when people ask them, were there any experiments done on the ship? Absolutely none. There probably were. Darla, thank you so much. Please, everybody, join the 8 o'clock live stream. Yes, at 8 o'clock Central Time, Montreal time. I stream every Friday if you're just arriving here at 1 p.m. Eastern and at 8. 1 and 8. Remember 18 as a number. And another significant number. So is 81. But either way, remember that I stream twice on Fridays, and you can stop by and see what it's all about. We have interesting conversations. There is no one direct conversation that we have to hold on. Barb Weist, hello. So now I'm going to skip everyone and go all the way down. So if you're there and you commented and I don't see you, please don't be offended. Julie, thanks again, you guys. Sandy Mingo, thanks again. Maybe the disclosure info war at Mar-a-Lago. Yes, that could be Rich. Maybe the disclosure info. I don't know. That Sandy Mingo, that information that the FBI, 30 or 40 agents, by the way, they're in there and busting up his safe and everything. Rich, thank you very much, Rich, for being here, my man. And like Sandy said, yes, the disclosure info at Mar-a-Lago, that would be Rich. That all those documents that they took out, the boxes, many boxes that they left with, and they tried to even look into the safe, which was empty, by the way. When they left with all those boxes, it's already boxes that Trump was in contact with the government and the archives that were taken out. They were worried about important documents that Trump would have taken away, but he already was 100% lenient with everyone, said, stop by, anything you want to know, anything you want to see, just ask me. They didn't stop Obama for leaving with all the private documents. And they're not going to, on his vineyard, go and bust his ass. Why? Because he's on the left, right? There's a coup being done, I believe, from the left, Democrats against the Republicans, and the Democrats, well, they're trying to get Biden in as a dictator. We have Justin Trudeau, the biggest moron in the world here, as a prime minister that is also trying to become a dictator. Doesn't wear a mask anymore. This guy goes on vacations with his holiday, on a holiday with his family. None of them wearing masks. So they're superior, you know. Oh, yes, absolutely. Dwayne, thanks so much, man. Sandy, thanks again. Dwayne says, I was out last at 2 a.m. spending some time with my girls. Awesome, man. I hope you and your girls are doing well, man. There was a street light. I hadn't noticed before. Well, it was a super moon. Yeah, that's happened to me before, by the way. Literally happened to me before. I was trying to get a star for the first time when I got my telescope, and they tell you can do the alignment and set up at the beginning, and you don't have to do it with the moon or a star. If you want, you can do it with a light post that's far away. So I remember trying to focus in on the first star, and then at one point I saw this big ball of light. What the hell is that? It was a light post. Lift it up a little bit more. Thanks, Dwayne, for being here too, man. And for those of you that didn't know, if you didn't know, I think, Dwayne, you did know, I was down for a week because I was held off the platform. So just got a members video up, some very controversial view of the surface, the whole city and all the bases beside Bianchini Crater, where NASA landed, and China landed, but wasn't able to land in Sinus Iridum because they said it was too bumpy. Like, cities do that, eh? Well, we're going to land on planet Earth, but okay, when they get to New York, a little bump here. We're not going to be able to land. Yeah, right. It's a big city, big ass city there. Thanks, Paulo. Redhorn in the house. Hey, thank you. Thank you, my friend. I'm back, y'all. Had a bad eye today. I wasn't going to come on. I said, hey, fuck that. I'm coming on. Wow. Well, the 1,000 likes is because, like I said, I get 1,000 per video. In the analytics, I don't know if you guys know it, 1,000 people just went by here. 1,000 people just went by here. But of course, it's odd that I get 1,000 likes and there's only 100 and some people here. But it's 100 and some people here right now. There's a lot of people that come in and they leave. Once I finish this stream, if all is normal, you should see at least 1,100, 1,200 views the minute it's finished. But they're holding some views back. Sometimes it takes a little while for them to come out. Annie, thank you so much. Dargo, thanks for being here. Redhorn, again, thanks for the amazing support, you guys. Mountain Dream 3 Productions. Massachusetts, USA in the house. Thank you very much. Polydos 67. Bruce Still International. Regards from Switzerland, bro. Thank you, Switzerland. Thanks, you guys. Alias, vraiment un gros merci, man. Thank you very much, brother. And everyone for the generous contributions. If you're here, definitely contributing to the channel. Je suis témoin direct en 1990, novembre, un vaisseau mer gigantesque. Hey, Locuste, est-ce que tu restes en... Ben, je veux pas, écoute, aucune révélation, tu n'as pas besoin. À Montréal, dans ces années-là, il y a eu un gros vaisseau spécial qui a illuminé le ciel vert puis qui est resté une couple de jours apparemment au-dessus de Montréal. C'était aussi dans ce temps-là. Merci de partager ça. Yes, sir, Tommy. Thanks again, man. I'll see you tonight, brother. Thank you so much, Julie. How's it going, you guys? Head over to Bruce Sees All YouTube channel. Yes, on Rumble too. Get hooked up with me in case something happens. At least, you know, you'll have a way to get back to me. At the same time, I'll have a way to get back to you all for sure. 144 watching and 1K likes. The thumbs up. I'd like to see more watching than that, but again, it's the people watching. That would mean a lot of people came and gave the thumbs up. Wow, I mean, I have to thank you all for that. A lot of people probably missed the channel. I can't thank you all enough. 12 people sick last couple of weeks that I know, comes in waves. Same thing here. Watch Women of the Dragon. Same thing here. I've been noticing that it comes in spurts where I've seen a lot of people sick at the same time. The colds are a bit weird. I had some symptoms that were a bit like pneumonia a couple of months ago, and now I'm a lot better. But is it safe to say there was something in the air? Could it be something they're spraying? Oh, we know it's something they're spraying. Definitely. Like I said, slow kill. Can't say anything more than that. Killing you softly with that spray. Olivia Newton-John passed away recently, unfortunately. Olivia Newton-John. Marlon Rando. Love the name. There aren't even a government agency. Times are weird. That is true. I agree with that 100%. Not even governments that are running the show right now. So somebody sold off something to someone. They sold us off to something. I still have the impression that the aliens do not want anything nuclear to occur here on the surface. Hey, you members, if you're just arriving to the channel and you didn't know I was off, well, I was off for a week, supposedly 2 weeks, but now only a week. I just posted a really cool members video for you all. I hope you enjoy it. Take a look at it. I'll be getting a full moon video up after, I guess, between streams, even though I'm probably not going to get the views between the streams. See, that's what happens here. When I post a video and then I stream after, then all the views stop. It's only the last video that gets views. It goes up to 2,000 views maximum, and it's most often 1,700. And the comments here stop at 100. Bruce answers the 100 comments, sometimes twice, and I go up to about 250 comments, 225 comments. But you'll see here, no matter what I post on a video, there's only 100 comments, no matter how good or bad the video is. So you got to wonder about that. My amazing mods and friends for helping me at the channel. I can't thank you all enough. Yes, I do have a French channel, guys. You know, visit the lives on Saturday at 1. Thank you very much, Julie. I stream at 1 p.m. on Saturdays, every Saturday on the French channel. I do get a lot of English people to come by just to say hi and to listen to me funny talking in French. And that's okay. So I appreciate that. You're more than welcome. Damn right, Darla. Une crise de chance, Darla, qu'il y a du monde comme vous tous ici. Parce que le plusieurs nombre de fois que vous m'avez aidé, là, I love you guys for it. I do, Julie. I do. I have a music channel. I made a silly little jingle just very recently. If you guys want to check it out, I tried to play some songs that are already popular. And of course, I make up my own, write my own stuff. And often when I write little parts of music, I started uploading them there on a music channel so that I would remember the little parts that I've been doing over the years. In general, I've been throwing them all away, but I like keeping them there. One day they will maybe come to something. Vermin, how's it going? Vermin Killer. What's going on, Bruce? Long time no see. Man, it's been so bad here. They took my channel not down, but they blocked me from posting. Even more insulting. Like, leave them up, but just don't let them post. You know? Paul Hodson, how's it going? Professor Foster in 1965, before they faked NASA moon landing, thank you, took place warning the world that the moon is not a terrestrial body in order to land on, but rather one made of plasma. I have a shitload of people, Paul, that come here talking to me about that theory of the plasma. Let me tell you something. Hey, hello. Thank you very much. We have MLW Pers Fiend. Thank you very much. Hello to you. Peter. Yes, sir. Good to see you, man. Mon ami, and y'all doing, everyone here. How y'all doing, everyone here, man? We're doing great. I'm happy to be back, Peter. I'm very upset that they took me bloody down. And thanks for the generous contributions, man. Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a dent in the channel, but I'm happy to see the people coming back. It's, again, as you know, Peter, it's always the same good people that come back here. So thanks again, MLW. So like Paul, you were saying about the plasma, I'll tell you what, with that theory, there's something that I have a problem understanding, is that we're seeing UFOs and structuring. So that's why, for me, it's an interesting new theory about the plasma. And it's not new, it's older. I get it. But I'm still, I'm open-minded. I appreciate them and stuff. I don't know what to think of it. It's just that if it's plasma, why would they put structures there? Or is the plasma what's hiding the structures, and the plasma is a fuel? Or, it could be many things. It remains very interesting. Neela Kirsch, how's it going? Bruce, do you accept? Are you interested in UFO, UAP photos, videos from your subscribers? Sure, never seen any, but I'm sure people have videos. And one thing I do not do is I don't post any other people's work. I've done it. I'll share your channels out, but I don't share the work. And the UFO images are cool. I sort of like to see them moving though, because I got a shitload of UFO images. I don't really show them because it's hard to prove stuff. But yeah, absolutely. You can email me anytime you like, my friend. Annette Louise Walker in the house, politicians and reporters. Excuse me, must grow balls when being lied to by speakers. Yeah, that's well said, Annette. B&Z, well said. Together started quacking. If it walks and talks and acts like a duck, well, I doubt it could be. It could handle that. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And it's true. The politicians do have to grow some nuts to be able to speak up to, for example, the speaker, Nancy Pelosi. What the hell's going on in the States? We got basically Hillary, Nancy, and Cortez, Ocasio-Cortez, someone I cannot, AOC. Can't stand her for having lied, being at the Capitol when she wasn't even there, saying they were bang, they were banging on my door. They were coming to get me. They're all on drugs, I think. They're really all on very, very either highly medicated or maybe mind controlled. Maybe the mind control is that far into things. Did you see what people started showing about the people on the news that were like this? They were like wired with their eyes open. At one point, Biden's last speech never blinked in 2 minutes. Well, it's got to hell, those things, what they call in Sloan. Just, I don't know what he's saying. He's incoherent. You can't hear any words coming out of him anymore. USA looks ridiculous, right? The government and everything. It just looks like they're a bunch of weak losers. But I'll tell you what, they're not the ones running the show. The puppets we get to see, only the puppets. Gate Smasher, how's it going, brother? Which is in it? Chemo Rail. Yeah, listen, I think it's maybe a bit of both. Gate Smasher, how's it going, brother? Saw the nice actions you guys picking up. The garbage that people leave on the side of the roads, that's very thoughtful. If everyone did that, beautiful places you guys are showing down there too in Florida. Just absolutely amazing. I got a good laugh. Gate Smash out of Julie's last video with the crocodiles. I said, they're looking into her soul when you see the crocodiles there, boy. I tell you, it's not something you'd want to fall into a pit like that, eh? You guys can also check out Julie and Gate Smasher's channel. The Stats channel is big supporters here. And they're in Florida showing a whole bunch of nice by the water places, nature, animals, and gators. Lots of gators, even turtles. I love turtles. Nice to be back. I've been eating bacon, Gate Smasher. I have not stopped eating my bacon. Thank you very much, Eddie House. Thanks, brother. Hey, in the house, double star in the house. Thank you. I'm back, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Darla, for sharing that. Tommy Luther, Bruce has one of the best podcasts on it. Tammy, I can't. Did I say Tommy before Tammy? I'm sorry. Tammy, thank you. I also have a Tommy here now. Tammy, thank you very much for appreciating it. I really wanted to know the feedback for the podcasts. I did some interesting ones. I'm up to 2 or 3 or 4 now already with some interesting podcasts. I try to keep it interesting. It's not just me reading from scripts. It's actually a lot of controversial subjects. Thank you very much, Tammy. I appreciate it. Love you for it. Right on, Dwayne. Yes, definitely join the cool kids. Neely Kurz, thanks again for being here. Thanks, Bruce. Says Jerry, they were talking about the moon and Beyond Mystic, and I suggested people check out your channel out. That is the most amazing thing, and I can't thank you enough. I have a lot of people here from Jean-Claude's Beyond Mystics community, and I like to believe that a lot of my community went over there too. So that's only an awesome thing. Thanks again, Jerry. Really appreciate that, you guys. I wonder if construction has affected the gravitational balance of Earth. That is an interesting one. Imagine it. And imagine if they have like things like CERN and stuff. I honestly wonder if CERN's not going to change the magnetism. It's like the sun it's very dangerous that the sun, when those sunspots occur, there's a halo around that. It's apparently blocking out the proper light from coming to Earth. And we know now that Earth, sunlight rays used to bounce back, used to come to Earth, hit the surface, and go right back to where it comes from. But what's happening now is that heat's remaining trapped in the atmosphere. Once it rises, it rains and comes back down as humidity and rain and wind and storms. So the more the heat gets trapped, the more storms we're going to see around the world. So just that could be causing all those storms. Aside from what some of you said, I was mentioning there's a domino effect when something happens in space, especially like a big neutron star, which is the most dense one of the most dense objects in the entire universe, probably more some new out of our universe. How many universes are beside each other? Is there a universe over ours and underneath ours? Is there a parallel universe? We'll probably never know any of those questions, but boy, it remains such an interesting topic. I can't thank you all enough for having stopped by today. Very, very, very happy that you all did. I got some really nice moon footage. Mare Crisium is an area where I want to share with you all because there's lots of controversy there. That's where they say that big shaft is, the railgun with the nuclear big chimney Giroux that's there. So hey, it could be that they're producing nuclear on the moon. Maybe that's how they're fueling it. I tend to think that everything that's connected, that you see all the lines connected to each other, could that be like a wire, like the wire that's around New York? Did you all know that? Did you all know that around New York there is a wire around the entire island? And that wire consists of people in that area that are allowed to do certain things that I don't remember anymore because I just saw contribution and now I'm going up to the top. Peter, thanks again, man. I would explain why the Midlands, at least here in the UK, hasn't had one thunderstorm yet, as far as I know. Hey, that is important to note. It's funny you say that. That was, what was it, last year? I think it was last year. Near the end of the summer, we had no electricity lightning, which compared to the abundant lightning that I've been seeing often. Thanks, man, for the generous contributions. Thanks for sharing that, man. Thank you so much, Darla. And Julie and everyone for the amazing support. God is shortening the tribulation for believers. That could be a good thing. Maybe giving us a heads up of what's to come for those who have been good. Would be nice to think that, eh? That was a good one, His Highness. Thanks for mentioning that one. Tomorrow, French lesson. Yes, on Avenue Quebec Astronomy. Want to learn French? That's the place. 1,300 hours military time. Every English people are welcome. Express yourself the way you want. It's a rendezvous. Barb Wiest. Yes, Barb Wiest has to come too. Barb Wiest she'll be French by the end of the week. Be telling them my trolls off in French. You guys can check out Ellie House's channel. Check out Barb Wiest's channel also. Another amazing friend. She very controversial videos that she talks about all the good controversial stuff. Awesome. And she sings also. The moon's closer, says Barb, than I have seen in my 64 years. Crazy close. See, that's the thing. It is close. They said it's an excessively large moon, also the super moon for some reason, even though there wasn't any announced, I don't think. And extremely bright, like a lot brighter than normal, which I really wonder why. I was able to last 2 hours with my eyes, so that's a good thing. Could the supposed Earth speed up be down to improvements in the accuracy of the measuring instruments? Just a thought. Whoa. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that, but you're absolutely freaking right. You're absolutely right about that. Oh, wow. The updated way that they're advancing in the tools. We've seen it, Mix Ma'am. We've seen it for 2 years now. What they're talking about, the atmosphere around the moon. Many years ago, they always said, look it up now. It still says that on Google. Is there water on the moon? Unfortunately, the not enough gravity on the moon to hold the water there. When it goes to the sunlit regions, it evaporates, condensates, and takes the hell off. But they don't talk about, recently the pits found on the moon, guys. They mentioned 200 areas. There's a lot more areas than that of water. Areas that are 17 degrees all year long, right? So that means in Antarctica, when we see areas when Colonel Byrd went there, Lieutenant Byrd, whatever, Colonel, I think, to do his experiment, that was a secret project in itself. He went there with a tank. He went there with a small airplane, bigger airplanes. He went there with a bloody carrier that was there. He had the military there to protect them. And when he got there, there was food left from 20 years ago when he had been there that he put in the ground in this area. So they had been going back there to Antarctica. So when you see in the movie, it's nobody mentions Byrd as he's on the boat. People that are in the boat, they are bare feet and water on the surface of the boat. Okay, bare feet, no shirt, skimpy shorts. The tribe members, why ever there was a tribe member on Byrd's ship, I don't know. And you could see that it wasn't that cold. So they talk about him being in Antarctica. I think there's lots that we don't know about Antarctica. The weather is shifting. We're having rain now that's starting in the desert. The deserts themselves, if you look on a map, whether it be real or not, the deserts have themselves traveled all over the world. They're moving, changing places. Oceans are changing places also. Everything that we travel with, like planes and even rockets and spaceships, are all based on the currents that are already around Earth. When the currents change, the airplanes have to change. The airplanes have a trajectory. Sometimes certain airplanes, you're in an airplane, you're wondering, if Hawaii is that way, how come we're going that way? We have to go around the currents and then come back and then go back. A lot of people don't know that. So if it's changing, or if it's not like Mix Mayhem said, if it's not just that they updated the proper, using the proper tools to find out if Earth is speeding up, maybe they said Earth sped up like, a kilometer faster. When in reality, you're right. It could be just because they quite simply are using new tools. We see Capstone satellite, 26-day journey, going to spend 6 to 7 days around the surface of them, really close to the surface. It's going to come down to the surface. They're trying to, there's lots of new Mix Mayhem. They're trying to do different ways of sending probes to the sun now by saving the fuel, by having them go around the actual planet to gain speed. They have them lowering down into the atmosphere of these planets like they want to do in Venus, which is going to slingshot them around, and then they're going to push themselves back to come back. There's a lot of new that people are talking about now on the internet, and oh, my eye's getting bad there. Better Blues, Street Boys, how's it going? Oh, there you are. Nice to see you again, Sir Bruce. Thank you very much for stopping in, you guys. Doc Strange in the house. I wish I could send a drone to gather info and map the galaxy and other galaxies and star systems to manipulate matter in ways to travel anywhere physically or even interdimensionally time travel. You know what, Colton Lewis? That's the beginning of an elite. I thought of it the other day. It's like, oh, I'm feeling, or I'll say like the stereotype, typical bullshit that they say to everyone. I'm white. I'm feeling a need to take over something, to run something, to be important. But I like that one. That's a good one. Gather drone, map the galaxy. That's what we all are interested in. I was saying just the other day, I was saying to a family member, that's a bit creepy. I'm curious and doing experimentation with animals, humans, and to see if we can develop the human race. I'm like, oh shit, that's what the elites are doing. I think they started off like that. And then all of a sudden, it's that you can't let a bad person in there. Let's say you were the first elite, Colton, and you said that, but you're a good guy and you're in there to help everything get ahead. What if a bad elite has possession of the entire world? I mean, some of these people hate us, if not all the elites. So their goal is to get rid of us in general. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, that's what I should start doing. French lessons. Hi, welcome everyone. Bonjour et bienvenue. Sesame Street music in the back. One of these things are not like the other. I'm going to play that cool song that used to play back in the 70s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the ping pong in the Sesame Street cartoon. Sorry, traveling back to the past, coming back. I'm back. Theoretically, grand solar minimum, less heating of Earth's surface. Listen, you're right. Yeah, you're right about that, Stephen. In theory, yeah, absolutely right about that. Slight contraction due to metal content. Interesting. Slight increase in rotation rate, similar to a figure skater. Thanks, Stephen, for being here, man. That was very interesting. The comments. Lisa B, thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for the amazing support and generous contributions here. Doc Strange in the house. Hey, jeez. Sorry for, is he still there? 301, probably not sticking around. Safe Space Cafe. I appreciate you so much, brother, for stopping by. I'm subscribed to his channel. I hope you are me. Because Safe Space Cafe, listen, if you're Canadian or if you're American and you want to find out what the hell's going on in the government, Safe Space Cafe, I don't know if he's connected with the House of Commons, but he's the only one showing what the hell's going on. And shows a lot of good stuff on Safe Space Cafe about Trudeau. Every time something's being said, he puts up the video instantaneously. He has an amazing community, growing community. The Sturgeon Moon Safe Space Cafe was able to get it last night for the first time in a couple of months, probably since before last month, probably. Thanks again, Lisa B. Safe Space Cafe, thanks again for stopping in, my friend. Creepin' Jay in the house. Frank Castle in the house. Frank, merci mon frère. Creepin' Jay says the moon was also yellow 10:30 last night. Yeah, I noticed that too. And don't forget, the lower it is on the horizon, the more yellow it's going to be. Notice that. Really, really notice that. When you see the moon at its biggest, it's right when it's at the I call it the terminator line, which is the meridian, the horizon. The horizon. And when it goes up over the horizon, we start seeing that incredible yellow or orange color. And some nights it's weird. The moon remains orange, right? Like we saw that this summer happening. Crazy stuff. Gosh, I'm so happy for the Amazing show of everyone stopping by the channel. I was really upset that I was down. I apologize for having been absent for a week. It's probably not going to help very much with the channel, but happy to see, nice to see all the same great people coming back. KCO Ampero, thank you very much. Portugal, hey, thanks guys in Portugal. That's amazing, you guys. Thank you very much. Gracias a ti siempre, amigo Bruce. Gracias, mi amigo, por venir a mi canal de investigación. Muchas gracias. Thank you so, so much. For those of you that speak Spanish, I have a Spanish channel. I'm actually approaching 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to hear about the research in Spanish, or you have Spanish speaking, either Latin American Spanish speaking people, or you have Spanish speaking friends in Mexico, share the Spanish channel out with them all. Coffee. Yes, that sounds pretty good. That's what I'm going to do. And as a matter of fact, everyone, I'm going to start the next video, which is a video of the moon. And yeah, I'm going to get that up before the next stream so that we won't see two streams, one beside the other. If you're a member, head over to the members. I got another cool video I put up. I see a lot of you, not a lot of you actually, but some of you, I got hiccups, are on Patreon and are also here on the members. That's an incredible extra help. And I can't thank you all enough. And people are so thoughtful that come here and say, Bruce, I'm sorry I'm not able to contribute. But that's not true. If you're here watching a video, it's a contribution. That's how this channel started, quite simply by the contributions of people taking the time to come back. Very important, Julie. Bruce is all on Rumble, backup. As backup channels, I'm on Rumble. I'm on the French channel. You can see in channels of New Quebec Astronomy, the green fluorescent Hulk icon. And if not, of course, for those of you who wish to contribute a little bit on the channel and follow the work or give an extra help, the Patreon is in the link of each video. So don't change anything that you are all doing. I mean, it's incredible. His Highness says the pole shift, stars move across the sky on snap back. That's another thing. You know how people have a hard time understanding where the moon sometimes is in a constellation or is in another constellation. Yesterday, I'll try to show it. It's very hard to see, but extremely close to the moon, you see a star. But again, it's not close. It's just in the peripheral view. It's just a line in the depth of field. You can see that star there because the moon is going across certain constellations. But then there's that misunderstanding where people say, well, the moon moves with the stars. Yeah, the moon is moving, but not at the same rate as the stars. It's very hard to understand. Why does the North Star not move? Why, when you film the North Star, it doesn't move? It doesn't make any sense unless the entire universe is revolving around that one point. It doesn't move. And you film it for hours and it just stays there. And I'm telling you, it doesn't move at all. If it moves a little bit, it's very rare. You can see it like jump around a little bit. Northern Star. Please leave me. Thanks, Darla. Julie and everyone. Aleaos, Barb Weiss, thanks so much for being here. Coffee, cheers, everyone. Love from me to you all. You're the best. I love you. My best friends here. I mean, honestly, we're like family now. Barb, I've known you for a hell of a long time now. We could say it's been many years, actually. And the way we met was such a weird... Barb didn't know me. I didn't know her. She commented something. Without me knowing that person, I was able to comment back to her. She was nice enough to come to my channel. Been a best friend ever since. Like a lot of you now. So I can't thank you enough. Who knows what's right above our own heads, even with cloaked UFOs? Absolutely. But I wonder also if there is a connection list, says Colton Lewis, with ocean, a connection list with oceans and space. Since so many UFOs, I wonder if there are even stargates somewhere. I do believe that in theory, Colton, that they are coming in through the portals, which the portals are absolutely invisible, that they come in, they re-enter into this area. It's probably a very simple process, I bet you. I guarantee you it's a simple process. They probably started off by sending things through the portal to seeing them reappear. Well, look at that. Isn't that what they did with the Philadelphia project? Trying to teleport into a harbor, the boat, which apparently happened. They say that all the, if you don't know the story of the Philadelphia project, go look it up online. It's really interesting. It's scary stuff. Hey, Polydos 67, Bruce, my dear. Would be nice to have Moon on screen behind you. Yeah, I could have done that. Moon on screen behind me. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Oh, I have a green screen also. Good idea. But what I'm going to do is right now I'm going to get the real moon up for you all. The full moon. I'm going to bring that exposure down so we can see all the colors on the moon. I got a flyby. 99.999% sure it was a bird. It was a nod capture. I'm still going to put it up. I'm not going to put it up as a UFO because I show everything that goes by. Birds can be just in the right, perfect distance. If a bird is extremely far away from me and I'm focused in on the moon and it goes by the moon, it could be that I see a blurred part of the bird going by. And often some people can mistake it for UFOs. It's all about the distance of stuff, right? When you look at the moon and you see a UFO going by in front of the moon, it doesn't mean it's in front of the moon. It could also be here. Peter Benton recently got some UFOs on his channel. Check him out. CE5 Circle. Simon got some UFOs on his channel. You could also check him out. A lot of people here are also doing the research. Gabberbees TV, another channel that is doing research. Check them out. And I'll see you all here tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm sorry for all the comments that I missed. It wasn't deliberate. Hey, Creepin' Jay, I'm telling you, it looks into my soul, the Blood Eagle. It does look real. At times, it does look real. And if it comes to life, it's going to pluck my eyes out for sure. So I'm telling you, Adiao, same here, man. What did you do with your week's worth of free time, Bruce? We need to know on your grounded or your grounded. Yes, well, hey, I'm happy I had a chance to answer that. I produced videos for Patreon. I produced the videos on the members on the French channel. I produced the video and live streams on the French channel. I produced video every day or so on the French channel. I continued there. I was preparing one for the Spanish channel. I answered comments on Bruce Sees All. I answered comments on the other one. Went outside to start playing around in the yard. It was like the neighbors saw me come out for the first time. The bear has exited the cave. What the hell is he doing in the yard? So I started cleaning up the yard. I was supposed to cut my trees this summer, but I'm not going to do it this year. I'm going to do it next year. I'm not one of those people that are preoccupied. I'm preoccupied on cleanliness, not perfection, unless it comes to the moon. Okay. When I keep my house clean, which I spend more time here than keep my house clean. So when I went down the stats, Julie, thanks for the contributions too, by the way. I brought out my aspirateur, my vacuum, right? And I started vacuuming ceilings, walls, corners, and everything. I was bored out of my freaking mind. I was upset. I was worried. And I had no appetite for the past 2 days. That was the only positive thing that happened, I think, out of everything. So again, Julie, everyone, I love you so much. I appreciate the incredible support that you all give the channel. Please forgive me for any message or comment that I've missed because I can't answer them all. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. It really is the difference on whether my channel gets shared with others. YouTube works in a silly way. The algorithm, first of all, they're shadow banning me. So when a lot of people like the channel, sometimes I get a couple of 100 views, but it never really goes up more than that. So force to you all, I'm going to start that video right now. And thank you so much for coming back to the live streams. Thanks for those of you who missed me when I was gone. I love you all very much, guys and gals. And I'll see you soon. Stick around. I'll be posting more stupidity in the community. Community tab. When I go down, go to the community. the community tab, the last tab that's posted, I will be continually editing the information there and letting you know when I'm coming back, why I was taken down. And not a lot of people knew that, which is understandable. And at the same time, like my family members were telling me, we are in a time of the holidays and trips and stuff. That's true. It was the worst time to go down. So, forced to you all, I'll never be able to express my satisfaction for the amazing support and help that you all give, from contributing in many ways, from liking the videos and all. Thanks again. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye for now, guys.